Hello, besties. Welcome back to another episode of Bestie Vibes podcast.
We're here again today with a lovely story. So get your tea ready. But if you're fasting, don't get that tea. And if you're watching this after iftar, get your tea, get your coffee because we have a lovely story, which is honestly, it's sad again.
Yeah, it's a
Always
very.
I'm so
I get very
grateful that you guys are
surprised
raising
that
these.
people actually go through these kind of
Yeah, I get so
stuff.
sad reading it, but then I also get so happy that you guys are like comfortable raising this because it's things that need to be talked about,
For
and it's
sure.
things that could be like a learning lesson for a lot of people that are listening. Maybe you are doing some of these things without really being aware, which I think you
Yeah.
should be aware of like what you're saying.
But most of the times I get surprised that people actually go through these
That
because
people like this
these
exist,
are just
right?
non-acceptable stories.
I'm just gonna get right into it. Hi, girls. There's something that's been sitting heavy on my heart for a while, and I wanted to share. I've been struggling with the way my mother in law treats me compared to my other sister in law. The difference is very obvious. She treats her with so much love and kindness, but with me, it often feels fake and cold. My sister in law comes from a wealthy family, while my parents went through a lot of hardship raising us and eventually got divorced. I have a brother and a sister in their late 30s who aren't married yet. My mother in law often makes indirect, rude comments about them in front of my other sister in law and laughs about it. How rude. It hurts me a lot, and I feel like my family is being looked down on. My sister in law herself is kind, but I lately feel distanced. I don't know if it's just me becoming more sensitive or if it's the constant comparisons and comments that I've been hearing that's creating this distance. What hurts me even more is that this negativity is starting to affect my husband's relationship with my family. He avoids going to my parents' house, and this tension makes everything feel really heavy.
God, oh, I'm so mad for her.
And I'm so
I am
sorry about
so
that.
sorry that you're going through this. This is unacceptable.
And this has nothing to do with you or your family. It's her problem. She is a shallow minded, low minded person who is treating or someone nice based on their status and mistreating your family just because the struggles and the hardships your family went.
And it's not fair. Like it's not your fault that your family is not as rich as your sister-in-law's family. It's not your fault that your brother or your sister are not married in a certain age.
their
This is
choice.
not your fault. And imagine being disrespected or not being treated the right way just because things are not the same as your lifestyle is not the same as others. Your family has different lifestyle, and then
Yeah.
you're getting treated different. Like it's not your fault. How
And why does that
low
even
minded
matter? Wait,
and
why does that even matter?
this just makes me so angry.
First of
Like
all,
so
like as a
angry.
mother-in-law, you should treat your daughter-in-laws and your son-in-laws and your kids too
Yeah.
as equal as possible. Yes,
Definitely.
there's always like a daughter-in-law or a son-in-law or a son or a daughter
That are
more respectful or like they show up
slightly
more.
more, yeah.
So obviously you're gonna love them more, but you do your best. Like my mom always says that, like I always try to look at everyone through the same lens to make
Yeah.
sure I treat them good, at least while we're in
Yeah.
the same room.
At
Even,
least don't
like,
throw these
why are you
negative comments
and you're
to
laughing and
make-
joking,
Yeah.
and now she's creating this bad negative environment between the two sister-in-laws. They could have been close.
If anything, I think this person should get treated better because
She
they
had
should
it.
look
She had a
at-
harder life.
Yeah, and her parents are divorced, and her life is not as good as her sister-in-law's. I mean, her parents' life, but it's affecting her. So if she's already going through this stress, like why give her more stress? I guess like some people won't change. Okay, some people won't change, but we can change ourselves. So I'm gonna ask you guys and the girl who messaged us for a favor. You know what I want you guys to do? Get your hands on a book called Let Them Theory. When I'm saying this to you guys, I really mean it because this has actually changed my life. There's always going to be people who will have negative thoughts about you, who are not going to like you, who are going to hurt you constantly, who are just going to be just bullies.
Yeah.
But you know what? This book really had the theory, what it really says, Lida. Let them. Let them not like you. Let them behave however they want. Let them be the person who want, because you cannot control people's emotions, people's behavior, people's actions. What you can do, this book actually shows you, let me behave the way I want to, control my emotions, control my behavior. Because once you accept the way people are, it doesn't bother you as much anymore. So if she is going so low to put herself so down, let her do all that and then think about, let it not bother you. Let you, like, you know what, next time maybe tell her it's bothering you. If you really, it's really hurting you a lot, stand up for it. Just don't make it affect you so much that everything's gonna be like so much on your chest and you're like stressing about it.
You know what I say? I feel like people like that, their words are like dust. You
Yeah.
know, there's dust everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, you have to clean your house.
Yeah.
You have to wipe the couch because there's dust. People like that, their words are like dust. So the way I look at it is, I'm like, it's dirty dust. Let me wipe it out and like let me take it out of my ear. Let me take it out of my mind and just clear my mind and not worry about what they're saying. I love, like, you know, the whole theory that you just explained about, like, let them.
Yeah.
We can't change people overnight. We cannot change people even over the like a year or 2 year, whatever, right? There's so many couples that try to work things together. They try to change each other.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen. There are certain people you just cannot change. So
People will always change when they want to, okay?
exactly. So don't let that bother you.
Yeah.
I know it's sad that you're saying that it's affecting your husband not going to your family's house. It is his mom, so I guess she has more control over him. So whatever she says has more value to him. But at the same time, okay, we had to like restart that because
Sorry for the noise if you guys heard it in the background.
I mean, we live in Toronto, so we have to have our like emergencies and all.
system.
And we do our recording like late at night when the kids are asleep.
We have
So
to.
her security alarm got triggered saying there's, I don't know, it sends people. So
Yeah.
it was just a little warning sign. But you know, I think we were just talking about, you know, obviously we can't control their feelings, their emotions, their behavior, their actions. And you know, yes, like you said, you can go talk to them. Yes, you can go talk to your husband. Maybe her, like you can just, she's a write-off, like forget about it, don't even entertain it. But with your husband, like obviously you can open up those conversations. He's your husband, he has to continue going to your family's house.
Can I say maybe like you are thinking that way? Maybe he's really not looking
Maybe
at
he's
it differently.
busy,
If you open up about it, maybe he'll tell you why he's not been going to your. Sometimes when things add up, we tend
just
to, look
over-exaggerate
over exaggerate. We tend to like overthink about things and make it even worse in our head, and which is not your fault because especially if your in-laws are treating you this way, because you constantly probably think.
And the fact that they're doing it like right in front of the other sister-in-law, like obviously like it's wrong regardless whether it's just in front of you, whether it's in front of people.
putting you more
But the
down
way
and
she's
feel
doing
bad
it like
about
that, I think she's
yourself.
doing it to put you down even more. And it's just so disrespectful.
Very,
You know, respect is earned. Respect is earned and not given.
100%, yeah.
So I don't want to come in here and tell you, like, you know, not to respect her. But if she's going to be that low and that shallow and do that, then maybe she doesn't deserve your time and she doesn't deserve your energy.
And also, like I
and
said,
obviously, we can't cut off people, like, you know, that's really, really close with us and all. But, like, negative energy, you can definitely deal with. Like, you know, ignorance is bliss sometimes. And if you cannot ignore, speak up and like start praising your family. You know, start praising the fact that, you know, your mom has done so well and your dad has done so well, regardless of their, you know, divorce situation. Praise yourself, like you said, praise your brother, praise your siblings, whether they have, like, even if it's a small accomplishment, talk about it. I think the more we value ourselves, value our family, value something we have. I'll give you this example actually, you know. So I used to hate this specific thing about my work. Like I really, really didn't like, you know, working in that specific group and all. And like I would always talk about it like, yeah, I don't like this, I don't like this. And like it became a thing where like kind of everybody kind of knew like, oh my God, I hate my job, I'm not happy and all. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm kind of like, I'm literally filling everybody's brain and mind about like this thing that's not even a big deal anymore. But because I talked about it and now instead of just me thinking about it negative, it's like 5 more people thinking about it negative, it's even bigger. So then I kind of did like a reverse psychology kind of thing. I started like praising and I started like talking about my accomplishment, about my, you know, success and about the other good things about it, right?
Experiment.
Right? So then then everybody's like, oh my God, yeah, you're so lucky you have that. You're so lucky you work there and all that. And like, I started enjoying doing my
Yeah.
work more, right? This was like a while ago.
Yeah, it's the same thing with yourself.
Literally same thing, you just have to be smart about how you think and how you portray it and how you present it. Continue praising it, like,
Don't
do
let
it.
people have this control over you so much
Yeah.
that they can make you feel a certain way or they can hurt you.
It's hard, it's not as easy. It
It's
takes
not.
time.
That's why I'm telling you guys, get your hands on this book, Let Them Theory. I swear this is gonna change your whole life because it has changed for me. Like, I'm the type of person who likes to be like, always making
Accepted.
accepted, always making sure people are gonna like me and not
But you
making.
know what? Sorry to cut you off. I think this also comes from like the way we're brought up too, right? Like, we all, most of us came to the country new and we kind of had a lot of doubts. Like we had a lot of self-doubts, not enough confidence. And so we always wanted to do better, to get better, to do better. We are like the biggest people pleaser, right?
Yeah, yeah.
People that have migrated from like Afghanistan and like
Yeah.
different countries to Canada and like, USA or wherever. I think we have like this built-in
We're
people
carrying trauma,
pleasing.
too.
Yeah,
Lots of
people
trauma.
pleasing trait where we always want to be loved. We always want to be accepted. We always want to be like, not just praised, but like, be like up there, right?
Yeah.
So we feel bad and we feel guilty when someone's not loving us or when
Yeah.
someone's not giving us like good words or when someone's putting us down or putting our family down. Even though I'm not saying that your situation's not like, it's not a matter, like, or it's not a big deal. I'm sure you have your reasons and your doubts to come and share this with us. But like even in a smaller situation, I feel like because we are brought up that way,
Yeah.
we always have like this thing with us that we need to be perfect. We just
Yeah.
need to be loved.
Yeah.
And like I love that you said it changed you, and you don't even look at it that way.
I
right?
I see things differently now after reading this book. I'm not even kidding. Like, there's some stuff in life, and just one thing could change you so much. Next day you wake up, you're a totally different person, and that's exactly happened
But
to
it
me.
also comes with age too, right?
It does. It does with age, like you said,
Experience.
experience, and I feel like as I'm growing,
I feel
older,
like once you hit your 30s,
and also your kids,
Yes.
right? Once you start having kids, and then another thing I always look at now that I have my daughter, I always look at, would I let the world treat her this way? But I have to also show her how to deal with these things.
Yeah, you have
so
to
for
make them
me,
build them stronger.
now she's only 4 months, but I'm already thinking about, okay, no, I'm not gonna let her be like let people treat her this way. So before doing that, I have to show her myself as a strong person, as a person who, how she looks at the world, how
Yeah.
she handles situations. I can't be this weak person and taking things all like at heart and crying
or
and
letting it affect
nagging
you.
and then tell her be a strong person. So I gotta change myself first.
You're gonna be her role model,
Role
right?
model,
And my
exactly.
daughter is in school. So when she started JK, when Eileen started JK, that was such a hard conversation to have with her because at home she's loved. She's so special. We do things like her way most of the
course,
time
yeah.
because obviously she's the only
She's a
child and
princess.
she's my princess.
Yeah.
So when she went to school, the transition was a little hard because there's other kids who are literally treated the same way. So like there's 2 queen bees,
Yeah.
3 queen bees. Everybody
And
wants
of course, the
their things their
teachers
way.
will not treat them the way they get treated at home, right?
So like I've had to have those conversations with her too. Or sometimes kids are mean too. Like at that age, kids are actually
Yeah.
mean, like calling
Yeah.
each other names.
So they don't get that.
This one time, someone told her like I don't like your sweater. It's too sparkly or something like that. So she's a very strong girl. Like I said earlier in my other episodes, so she doesn't like really show emotions, cry a lot. She will like really take it in. But so she came home and she told me, and I was like, okay, but what do you think about it? So I've had to have those conversations about like people's opinion that shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
I know she's at that point she was only 4 and it was such a hard conversation, but fast forward to now that she's 5.5, she is a strong little girl. Like she
All
does not
because of
let
you.
anything affect her at all. And like if a kid comes to her, tells her I don't want to play with you, she'll play by herself, she'll entertain herself. She will not let that, no, I don't want to play with you, no, I don't want to be your friend.
She's got
I
her
don't like what you-"
standard now. It's all
She's
because of
got
you.
it.
Because
Exactly. She knows how to fight those battles. And I know there will be times that this is just a small kid drama,
Yeah.
literally like a great
Yeah.
SK
But then
drama.
you think about the
But I
future.
know there will be bigger instances and all, but I think it is setting her up for that, for that time of
100%.
her life.
Yeah. So imagine, like, the kids changes you so much that you become a different person for them.
Yeah.
You become a role model,
become
like you said,
stronger.
stronger, because you don't want things like that. Things that happen to me, I don't want it to happen to my daughter.
Yeah. I mean,
Not
look
that
at just
there's
our
bad
moms.
things, but like it could be little things that I used to get to take it so personally, and like
Yeah.
think, like, not even sleep at
No,
night
like-
sometimes, and oh, why did this person say this to me?
Yeah.
Why
No,
did this
just look
person
at our
treat me
moms.
this
Like,
way?
they're so nice, but there's also
So naive.
so not just naive, but they're just I don't want to say like obviously kudos to their strength and to what they have been through and all with raising kids and leaving from one country to another, but in a way they have a weakness in them
Yeah.
where people's
Emotionally
word
get control.
people's word affect them so much, and it makes
Tell
them
me
so
about it,
sad,
girl.
and it
Tell
makes
me
me
about
sad
that.
seeing like our parents like that,
Yeah.
because I'm like, why, like, who
Yeah.
cares?
We just
Who
literally live for
cares?
people, because we have to basically surrender ourselves for people to take control over us. And then, oh, we shouldn't go here because people are going to talk. We shouldn't say
Yeah,
this
we
because
shouldn't do
people are going to
this
watch.
because,
Because this and that. Like all our life, we have just heard this. Like, don't do this. Mardom chi mega. Like, we have one of the episode about that. Enough of that, and we need to stop that, not only for ourselves, for our kids, for our grandkids, for the future generation. So we really need to focus on ourselves, and focus on what matters. What matters
And
is
like
you.
said earlier, let me.
Yeah.
Okay? Let me take control over my emotions. Let me take control of the situation. How am I going to battle this situation next time it happens? Am I going to be sad about it? Am I going to ruin my relationship with my sister-in-law even though she's not at fault? Am I going to cause drama between myself and my husband even though he has nothing to do with it?
Exactly.
Or am I just going to ignore
those
or
people-
address and
Yeah.
just respond back to her
Yeah.
comments and just
Exactly.
move on?
And you know what? These kind of people, when they take control, Lida, they think that
They
like
own-
they no, they will know that it's affecting you, so they're constantly keep doing
Oh,
it.
they're gonna do it again.
They're gonna do it again. But
get used
once
to it. They love the
once
feeling
you
of making
start
you feel
either
that way.
standing up for yourself or making them feel like,
Like,
this
I don't
is
care about
bullshit.
you.
I don't care about it. And then make yourself better, work on yourself, get ready better. If you wear that nice dress, wear a nicer dress next time. You know, if you wear makeup a little bit, wear more makeup next time. Let those people think that you have, like, this doesn't bother you, and you're living your best life.
And your best
Trust
moments.
me, that's when people like, oh,
And
like
spend more
I'm
time with
trying
your
to like,
family.
yeah.
I feel like the more time you spend with your family,
Yeah.
the more positive energy you'll get from them,
Yeah.
and the more this one will realize that
Yeah.
no matter what she says,
Like, it doesn't
no
even-
matter
yeah, it
what
doesn't
words come out of
affect me.
her mouth, it's not gonna affect your relationship.
Exactly.
It's okay if your husband's not able to go like at all times. You still continue to
Yeah.
be there for your family because they deserve your love and they
Yeah.
deserve your attention.
But Lita, sometimes it's not even like your. In her case, it's the mother-in-law that's trying to put her down, do certain things. But there is people that are bullies around. Like,
Oh,
it could be
100%.
literally your sister. It could be your sister. It could be
Yeah.
your brother. It could be your brother-in-law. Whoever
Anyone,
it is.
yeah, it could be anyone. yeah.
Anyone, and then they try to somehow make you feel a certain way. So this theory, like the let them, goes to everybody, you know, like whether it's your parents or it's your sister or it's anybody in your life. So apply the let them theory to all these people, because your time is so valuable, and then you focusing on yourself and your family is the most important thing you can do. I really do feel sorry, but I also think this is something that you could totally prevent from happening again. At least if
And if you
not-
can't stop her, because like we said, we can't change
can't
people
stop her, but-
overnight.
yeah.
You can start feeling better about it by ignoring it, by not giving it the attention that
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you're giving it.
And focusing on
Honestly,
yourself.
focus on yourself, because
Yeah.
you come first and your family comes first, and people will like that will just like
there's
talk,
always
talk,
going to
talk.
be people.
There's always going to be people that's going to throw in negative comments. They're always going to say stuff. Like
Yeah.
I said, it's dust. Just
Yeah.
dust it away.
Bye.
Bye.
That's it. Anyways.
It's always so nice, listening to your stories and also being able to give our feedback.
Yeah.
Not that we have experienced everything that we get shared with us,
Yeah.
and everything that we say is either through experience or just through things that has helped us in different situations or in similar situations. But we'd also love to hear back from some of you guys on our episodes on
Yeah.
what you have to say or what kind of advice you can give our bestie in situations like this.
Okay, besties, thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did talking about this particular topic. But anyways, until then, Take care of yourself.
Bye.
Bye.